Exclusive content online at PimpyK.com. The views and opinions expressed are exclusively the views and opinions of PimpyK, not the views and opinions of our sponsors.
Looks like I picked the wrong week to quit amphetamines.
You know what they say? See a broad to get that booty ackle? Leg her down, smack 'em, yak 'em. Cold got to be. You know? Shit.
Now it's your turn.
Quiet, numbskulls. I'm broadcasting.
Let's do this!
Tonight's podcast exclusively powered by the PimpyK Multiverse Network.
What up, everybody, and welcome to the PimpyCast, episode number 8, right here at the PimpyK Multiverse Network. Joined in the studio by my co-host, Mr. Nekestro. What's going on with you, baby boy?
What's going on, man? What's up?
You know. Hey. Fuck, I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. Anyway, I want to apologize to everybody right here, right off the grip. I know I've done a lot of this lately. For some reason, there are serious and hardcore thuggish ass gremlins running around when it's time to do the PimpyCast. As you know, as all the viewers know, Mondays and Tuesdays I shoot the deal with Villarreal right here in the same studio with the same equipment, with the same shit, with the same everything, and his show goes off without a hitch. I don't fucking understand it. So launch was horrible a couple weeks ago. You were here for that. Well, you were here, but you weren't actually here because you were kind of wasted on that whiskey. That's what you do. But, and then the deal was, the next Monday, not the next Monday because we had the Thanksgiving. By the way, happy Thanksgiving and Merry motherfucking Christmas to everybody. Tis be the season. Anyway, so that following Monday, we shot the very first episode of The Deal with Villarreal, and that shit went off without a hitch, man. Not a problem. So then, all right, we got things back in line. It's time to shoot PimpyCast episode number 8 with guest artist HatchetHead, which we still have on, and we will still have an interview with a little bit later this episode. And that shit fucking died. We weren't busting any audio. You could hear HatchetHead barely, but you could hear him, and shit just did not go right. Then, like I said, the very same equipment, the very same studio, the very next night was episode 2 of The Deal with Villarreal, and that shit went off once again without a hitch. However, there was one catch. At one point in segment 2 of his show, I briefly brought up my show, and the fucking frame started dropping, dude. I won't lie. I mean, you can't make shit like this up. If you go and you watch, hit up Villarreal on Twitter, at ChadVilly, or hit him up at Villarreal at PimpyK.com, and he will fucking stand by this. Go to YouTube, watch The Deal with Villarreal episode number 2, and you'll see exactly what I'm talking about. You'll watch a supremely well-produced show, streaming live, everything going fucking perfect, and then all of a sudden, when I bring up my show, sometime in segment 2, it might have been 3, I don't remember right now, the frame started dropping, we started getting that clicking that we were getting that night, and as soon as we stopped talking about my show, the shit cleared up, and the rest of the show went fine. What is that?
It's fucked up.
Like I got a poltergeist. I've got some kind of weird fucking paranormal activity motherfucker that lives in my house, and he thinks this shit. And if you've ever watched those movies, they always start off by doing silly and funny shit like sliding chairs and stacking shit, and then by the within a month or so they're like dragging children into TVs and fucking invading people's bodies and having them cut up their husbands, and it's fucking ridiculous. And I have one of those, and quite frankly, if it's going to continue that way, I hope he gets to the slicing very soon, just to put me out of my fucking misery. All right, guys, here we are at the PimpyCast. The bitch session is over. Episode number 8. Fucking Nekestro, Artist of the Week, Mr. HatchetHead, horrorcore artist out of the Atlanta, Georgia area. A guy that me and this man have been fucking with for quite some time. So, coming up next segment, we will get into that. So, as you guys know, I have multiple co-hosts. I like to cycle through them. And it just happens that this time it is the gutter trash hardcore hip hop sensation Nekestro, and
I don't know if I should be offended or
both. I guess my answer to that is just yes. But it comes a time where I always have to ask him a question, and when I do, I always fucking regret it. So I'm gonna go ahead and just do this real quick. What's going on with your baby brother? How have you been?
honestly, man, you don't even want to know.
Oh, fuck, man. What could be so fucking wrong with your life that every time I ask you that question, I get that same fucking response? Come on, hit me with it, dude. What's going on?
Something, man. I don't know. Shit, it's
Hey,
always something.
I want you guys to know that we had a couple. Dude, I wish you guys could have saw segment 1 when we tried the show last time, because he was trying to explain to me why things were so fucking bad for him. And this is just something that had happened within the last few days. Will you please?
It was that same day. It was that.
Will you please enlighten our listeners and tell them
I guess so, man.
your story?
I guess so, man.
I wish this was real, because when we recorded this the first time, it was the first time I heard it. And God, it's just go with it, man.
Oh, long story fucking short. I was at work having a shitty fucking day. And I was thirsty as fuck. So I went out to my car, digging through my car, because I got water bottles and bullshit in my car, and I drink them bitches when I'm thirsty. And so I fucking opened one up and started fucking drinking it. And fucking, oh man.
Go on, tell him.
That shit was
Tell
nasty
him.
as fuck, man.
Tell him tell him what was in that water bottle that you drank.
It was a fucking loogie, man.
Was it your loogie?
I seriously doubt it.
I
Threw up forever, man.
this motherfucker was thirsty.
So, then I'm standing on the side of the fucking road throwing up with cars driving by looking at me. I'm throwing up and cussing really fucking loud.
Yeah, it sucks because I'm repeating some of the shit we said in the last episode, but I have to because it only makes sense. Don't you wish you would have like saved that loogie for DNA testing so you could have just found out who the fuck it was that put that nasty fucking sinus oyster in that bottle, just
Fucking kick their face open.
and left it there specifically because they thought, maybe somebody will drink this motherfucker. Yeah.
Oh man, that was so fucking gross. Bad.
All right, guys. Well, like we do in every show here at PMVN, we got some shit that we want to give away. Eventually, I'm going to stop fucking with this mic, but anybody that knows me, anybody that's watched these shows know that I pretty much fuck with it the whole time. And it's not that anything sounds bad or that it's not in a position that is not conducive to me doing a good show or anything like that. It's just that it's there to fuck with, and if it's there to fuck with, I will fuck with it. That's just the way I've always been about things. I'm extremely ADHD.
You should see what he does under the table.
Oh, I'm not even wearing pants right now while you're bullshitting, dude. It makes it easier to waggle my dick. So specifically at my guests, I like when I have in studio guests. So while they're talking, I just kind of turn around and wag it a little bit and see if they can keep a straight face. You nasty motherfucker! Why'd you bring that up? I don't know what the fuck your problem is. So anyway, here at PMVN, we want to give away free shit. We want your viewership. We want you to subscribe and follow and do all the fucking stupid internet shit that most people do when they're successful. Success is obviously not anything I know about right now, but the deal's actually going pretty well, I heard.
That's good, yeah.
Anyway, so let me find that. I do have a tab with some information for you guys. I'll just go ahead and, before we can find it, I'll just go ahead and say it. Let me see. Where is it? There it is. The old giveaway tab. All right. So it's this simple. Go on to Twitter and follow at Mr. PimpyK and Mr. Villarreal at Chad Villy. Go to the official Facebook for PMVN, which is facebook.com/PimpyK. Subscribe to the YouTube channel that you are watching this video on. And when you're done with all of that, just go to or send us an email at radio@pimpyk.com. Don't forget to leave the username that you use, so that way we can have a producer track all of that down. And as a result, we will send you some free shit. If supplies are running out, what we'll do is we'll do a drawing with everybody that does it. But we've got a lot of decals and a stack of T-shirts sitting in here. And
at this point, I'd say we have enough to not worry about that.
yeah, I mean we're just trying to give shit away, and there has been some takers. Also, please in that email, do not forget to include whether you want that shirt to be autographed and who you want it autographed by, and if you want it rubbed on Nekestro's balls, we can do that too.
Extra charge.
I mean, yeah, there might be a COD when that gets to your house, but that's okay because we are talking about the ball sweat, the schwalls. That's sweaty balls altogether of Mr. Nekestro.
Swamp nuts.
I personally wouldn't pay for that just because there's other nut sweat that I prefer. But but look, guys, follow us. Fucking do all the shit that I just asked you to do. I'll bring that shit back up real quick. Just want to make sure it's the right one just for a second so you guys can see it. Twitter at Mr. PimpyK, at Chad Villy, Facebook.com/PimpyK. And this YouTube channel. And the reason I keep being generic about it and saying this YouTube channel is because
you probably don't know the name of it.
No, it's because they won't give me a unique URL until I get a 1,000 subscribers. Well,
well, y'all hurry the fuck up and do that shit then.
I'm trying. I don't have 1,000 T-shirts, but I will find 1,000 T-shirts if you guys find me 1,000 subscribers. And I'm talking about legit,
Genuine.
not because I subscribe to you, you subscribe back, Reverb Nation type of faggot swap shit. I'm talking about real deal because they want to watch the show. If you guys want to see when we go live, the best way to do it, I mean, obviously you can catch us at the website at pimpyk.com, but the best way to get it is if you subscribe to us. Your phone will get a fucking little message that says, hey, this nigga's live right now. Come watch him.
I didn't know that.
Of course you didn't. That was mean, dude. I really didn't mean that. I mean, I did, but I didn't mean to do it in front of all these people. All right, so I'm trying to figure out what it is at this point that you bring to the show. So why don't you enlighten me with some Nekestroisms and help me kickstart into this shit. Mushrooms, is that what you just said?
Nekestroisms.
Yeah, well, we typically call them Alexisms, but for the sake of the show, I'm going to call them Nekestroisms.
Yeah, I still don't understand. Be more Pacific.
Be more Pacific?
Yeah.
Like as in Pacific time?
Like the ocean, yes.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Once again, I give you a fucking opportunity, and this is what the fuck you do with it.
I guess that's what I bring to the show.
I felt like stopping the show there for a second. Like I felt like there was no way. Like, you know, the old adage is there's no way to climb up until you've reached ground. We fucking went so far into the ground that I almost just gave up on everything. I almost quit the show.
That's what I do to people.
It absolutely is, and you had
maybe that's a Nekestro.
You had no problem doing it just now, you sorry son of a bitch.
Not at all. It's one of the only things I'm good at, man.
Okay.
Other than that, I just do nothing.
Okay.
Smoke reefer, drink beer.
Jesus. You know, the more chances I give you to say some shit, the more mumbling I'm starting to hear, and it's
You just want me to talk about something?
I don't know. Why don't you do something constructive? Why don't you grab one of those T-shirts so we show them what the fuck they look like?
Yeah, we can do that.
Because your loogie story just didn't go over as well as it did the first time, and now you're dragging my fucking show down.
Because I was fucking happy that it went away, and you made me say it again. I regretted it as soon as I said it the first time.
I'm thinking about just getting off YouTube and going to Twitch. I'll just play fucking Fallout and Minecraft all fucking day, and we can have one of those shows. How does that sound? Would you be okay with that?
No. It's not something I would.
If you're gonna grab a fucking beer, grab me one too. I don't even need it yet. I just wanted to tell you what to do on camera.
I'm gonna do it anyway.
All right, guys.
This will be the shirt with ball sweat on it.
Alex Ball Sweat. I don't know if you guys heard him. You probably didn't, but he was still talking about, oh, look at that motherfucker. Oh, that's gorgeous. Look at that. And just so you guys know, those t-shirts were printed by AJ Custom Graphics. AJ Custom Graphics, their only limitation is your imagination. You can get them at AJ Custom Graphics at yahoo.com. We also got a phone number for them. You can check that out at PimpyK.com if you go to the artist section, because they are the sponsors for the Artist of the Week. So every now and then when we end a season, we have a vote on PimpyK.com to see whose fans. Basically we take all the artists of the week and we pin their fans against each other, and we try to see who gives a fuck the most, and whoever wins that gets free shit. And it just happens that right now the sponsor of that segment is AJ Custom Graphics. So if you are or have been a featured artist of the week and you win the most votes, basically what happens is they'll decide whatever the prize is for that season, which, let's say this time it's a small run of die-cut decals. You send them their logo. You send them your logo for your band, and you get a small run of free decals cut for your band. Or it may be one season it might be T-shirts. It just doesn't matter. If it's print, they fucking do it, and they're really good at it. The shirts are dope.
Nice, yeah.
We got the PMVN die-cut decal right here on the back of the laptop. The shit looks good. These motherfuckers know what they're doing. And listen to me. They've got really, really, really great prices when it comes to any type of media printing for bands. It doesn't matter if you wanted to do a car wrap. It doesn't matter. These guys will print just about anything, and they're fucking good at it. And to boot, if you tell them that Pimpy K sent you, you're going to get an even better discount. How fucking badass is that?
Yeah.
AJ Custom Graphics.
Usually if you mention you, they throw you out.
Yeah. That's the truth. Usually say, Pimpy sent me.
Is Pimpy here? Oh, fuck off.
No, you can go exactly where he is. And then they open a door, and there I am fucking all crumpled up because the fucking bouncer just kicked me out. Fucking cocksuckers. But no, AJ doesn't do that. They like me. They like me a lot. Anyway, look, it doesn't matter if you are an artist or if you just have some shit that you want to print. Listen, get a hold of them, submit your order to them, tell them that I sent you, and they will fucking take care of you. It's gonna be awesome. It's gonna be super dope. So anyway, we got through the little pit pat bullshit. We're gonna go ahead and take a quick break, and when we come back, we're gonna have the featured artist of the week, Mr. HatchetHead.
Yeah.
Bloodtooth Records. Hardcore artist out of Atlanta, Georgia. Me and this man, like I said a little bit earlier in the segment, have known that dude for quite a while. We've worked with the dude. We haven't worked with them, recently enough for you to hear anything that we did with them, because pretty much any of the body of work that we had back when we were fucking with HatchetHead is anything we can find has been locked down and hidden from the rest of the world. Me and Alex have a tendency to listen to it when we're here drunk at the end of a recording. Man, let's go listen to some Shantytown and some old school fucking Charnel House shit.
And we do. And it sounds fucking awesome, and we don't understand for the life of us why we don't fucking still let people hear it. And then I wake up in the morning and it's still playing in here. I'm like, oh, I can't believe I even sat and listened to that with somebody I recorded it with. Holy fuck. Like, we know what's up with that shit, and I was still a little bit embarrassed. I was embarrassed that my kids were eating breakfast and listening to this shit. You understand what I'm saying? And them niggas came from my loins. You understand what I'm saying? Fuck them. No, not fuck them. I meant the songs, not my children. All right, guys, we'll be right back. You're watching the PimpyCast right here on the PimpyK Multiverse Network.
What's up, my sweet babies? It's Chad, the real deal Villarreal. Come check me out on my show, The Deal, exclusively on the PimpyK Multiverse Network. We're going to be on Mondays and Wednesdays, 8 p.m. Central. We're going to make sure you get some help with your problems, make sure you get the accolades you deserve for all your accomplishments, and make sure that every fart and or dick joke gets broadcast to the world. Yo, Special Ed, tell these motherfuckers where to find me.
The Deal with Villarreal, Monday and Wednesday nights at 8 on PMVN Radio.
People that tune into the PimpyCast obviously have no lives. If you're listening to this, you must be one of them. The PimpyCast, only on the PimpyK Multiverse Network.
All right, everybody, welcome back to the PimpyCast, segment 2. As we roll out, we're going to go ahead and introduce our featured artist of the week, which is Mr. HatchetHead, a horrorcore artist out of Atlanta, Georgia area, coming from Bloodtooth Records. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna play a track of HatchetHead's, and then we're gonna go ahead and get him on the AJ Custom Graphics Artist of the Week hotline. So what we're gonna play is Full of Hatred, featuring Prozac, right here on PMVN. You're watching the PimpyCast. This is the Artist of the Week. The PMV Artist of the Week.
Feature stunts performed either by professionals or under the supervision of professionals to ensure the safety of performers. Accordingly, Bloodtooth Records and the producers must insist that no one attempt to recreate or reenact any of these stunts or activities.
Their famous Justice Sane, Randy Lynch, yo, Prozac, motherfucking Hitchcock, hip-hop, you know what I'm saying? Magnus, Bedlam, Red Rum, bitches, HatchetHead. Listen, where I live, everybody wanna be the hardest, rap artist, motherfucking flawless, never ever gonna find some bigger ballers, second I'll be running like all this, from the streets to the beats, always packing heat, bloodstains caramelize on the backseat, roll through the hood live on the breakbeat, better look in my eyes when you face me, I'm not this person that you might think I am, I feel like I got this purpose to kill a man, nothing is sacred but hatred, that's all I've ever known, surrounded by so many people, yet we're all alone, why must we be forsaken, everyday laser chasing, these eyes are cold and vacant, our souls are full of hatred, only one thing replaces, this rage that can't be wasted, the wage of sin, the devil grins as we come face to face with, why must we be forsaken, everyday laser chasing, these eyes are cold and vacant, our souls are full of hatred, only one thing replaces, this rage that can't be wasted, the wage of sin, the devil grins as we come face to face with.
Wicked rapper off there is talking shit, I had to get sick and drop cyanide in his drink, death, he's laying there, shaking and dying, and his bitch is hovering over him, screaming and crying, little does she know that I'm looking in the window, but naked in the shadows on the back patio, took a crowbar, broke into their home, crunched down by the corner, waiting by the telephone, kicking and hitting, I pick her up by her neck, wearing her boyfriend's face, haha, I'm a bloody wreck, she's crying and screaming, I'm pregnant, don't kill my baby, I ripped it from her line and baked it in a pot of gravy.
Why must we be forsaken? Everyday laser chasing. These eyes are cold and vacant. Our souls are full of hatred. Only one thing replaces this rage that can't be wasted. The wage of sin, the devil grins as we come face to face with. Why must we be forsaken? Everyday laser chasing. These eyes are cold and vacant. Our souls are full of hatred. Only one thing replaces this rage that can't be wasted. The wage of sin, the devil grins as we come face to face with.
So all you shit talkers will take you on a ride to hell. All the way from Saginaw to the ATL. It's HatchetHead and Bedlam, go ahead talk your shit. You'll find it hard to do with your fucking throat slit. I commit atrocities, when I spit the South considers blasphemy. So hate on me, wanna be, but I gotta ask you where the fuck your CD. You don't have one but your rapper, that's why you try to hate on me. I'll drain you of all your blood, till you can no longer bleed. You don't wanna become another victim of my insanity, cause my heart is black and rotten, decaying like a bad cavity. Fake motherfuckers can't fuck with this. Hold you down and slit your wrist. So it looks like a case of suicide. Please what happens when you try to diss. So bow down and give these feet a kiss. Hands down and lift your chin. It puts the lotion on his skin or it gets the hose again. Prozac and madness, HatchetHead bringing a mess that's full of sin. When you fuck with people like us, you can start a war you never win.
Why must we be forsaken? Everyday laser chasing. These eyes are cold and vacant. Our souls are full of hatred. Only one thing replaces this rage that can't be wasted. The wage of sin, the devil grins as we come face to face with. Why must we be forsaken? Everyday laser chasing. These
These eyes are cold and vacant, our souls are full of hatred. Only one thing replaces this rage that can't be wasted. The wage of sin, the devil grins as we come face to face with. Why must we be forsaken? Every day lays adjacent. These eyes are cold and vacant, our souls are full of hatred. Only one thing replaces this rage that can't be wasted. The rage of sin, the devil grins as we come face to face with. Why must we be forsaken? Every day lays adjacent. These eyes are cold and vacant, our souls are full of hatred. Only one thing replaces this rage that can't be wasted. The rage of sin, the devil grins as we come face to face.
All right, guys, that was HatchetHead, Full of Hatred, coming off the Verbal Debauchery album on Bluetooth Records, featuring Prozac, which is the Hitchcock of hip-hop. So right now, join us on the PMVN AJ Custom Graphics Featured Artist of the Week hotline is Mr. HatchetHead. What's going on with you, baby boy?
What up, dude? What up?
Fuck, man. Hey, look. Hey, I know when we first tried to do the show live, there were some gremlins and things went wrong. But I'm fucking super stoked and very thankful that you took the time to come back on with us to try to complete this thing.
It's the demons that follow me, man. They just ruin everything.
You know, the funny thing is, I wish all the viewers that we had that were watching could have heard us, because I said that multiple times. I said that all of this shit would be a lot better if HatchetHead's fucking poltergeist weren't following us around.
Yeah, it's the evil. I can't shake it.
It just comes with the package.
It does. It does. So, hey, man, like, once again, thanks for being the featured artist of the week. So, you know, I told them in segment 1 that we've known you guys for a long time. We've already had Shank from your record label on the show. Matter of fact, he was probably only the second featured artist that we actually had when we first started launching the PimpyCast. We did a lot of work together. Once again, Bluetooth Records is the name of the record label. That HatchetHead is actually the owner and operator and CEO and an engineer and producer, and you pretty much do all that shit for them, huh?
Yeah, Gopher, whatever.
Right, yeah. Trust me, I know exactly how you feel, because that's exactly what I do right here at PMVN, and it's somewhat, other than the producing and recording part, it's kind of what I did at Chartle House Records too, which was you know, the record label that housed Pimpy K, me, and then Nekestro and Griever and the Soldier Priest.
Well, everybody's on the labels, your homies. It's a lot, you know.
Well, yeah, you know, it's
a lot easier to deal with.
It is. They're definitely. I mean, there was some turmoil. Don't get me wrong. I mean, me and Alex went to fisticuffs a time or two, and that's not even a joke. It happened. But you know, it's because when you launch something like a record label, or when you're dealing in the music industry, which is already super intense, it's so much. It's very stressful. It's so much better to have people that are pretty much family around you. Yeah, you're gonna fight and you're gonna squabble, but you know you're gonna get back up and you're gonna fucking be buddy the next day, and you know you can go back and do it. But the other problem is you know, when you're running the business side of things, sometimes when other people aren't cooperative with the business aspect of it, it kind of makes it hard to make the kind of decisions that you make when one of your employees or somebody you're working with isn't family. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it makes it harder. I mean, if you're going to come down on somebody, because you got to kind of approach them, you know, differently than just some dude you don't know. But I don't know. Everybody that's on our label's been around on the label for a minute now, so like, you know, they do whatever they want, dude. You know, like we put their CDs out or whatever, but like Justin Sane is, you know, he's doing an EP with a whole different clique, you know.
Right.
You know, but you know, because I'm just not the kind of dude that, like, if you got another way to promote yourself, go promote yourself. I'm not going to stop you.
No, absolutely. It probably feels good that they're just actually finding the incentive to do something without you.
Well, yeah, you're finding other avenues to promote yourself. You know, we can only take it so far. So
I'll tell you what, we'll get into this family shit in a minute because we've got fucking hours and hours of audio we can roll on that probably. Once again, guys, we've got the featured artist of the week, HatchetHead, coming to us from the Atlanta, Georgia area. Horrorcore artist from the record label Bloodtooth Records. The song we just played was Full of Hatred from his newest album, not a new album from what I know, but his newest album, Verbal Debauchery. Tell me, why don't you go ahead and tell our viewers what it was like working with Prozac on that album?
I mean, it was pretty cool because, I just approached Prozac like, man, it was way back in the day, like 2004 or 5 or something. And I don't know, man. I didn't really expect him to hit us back or whatever, and he hit us back, and we did the Street Demons song with him.
I remember that.
After that.
If I'm not mistaken, I was on that album.
Yes, sir.
That was probably one of the best 16s I ever spit. Now that I go back and look at it, I'm like, oh, that was fucking horrible.
Hey, that's how it is. If you keep getting better, that's how it is.
Absolutely, that is how it is.
Your old stuff, you look at your old stuff and you go, God, people want to hear that. So.
Exactly. That's why when people go and see a show and whatever artist it is they're going to see, they don't play a lot of their old shit, and they say, why don't you play any of your old shit anymore? It's because it doesn't matter how good or what level you're at, people don't want to play their old shit anymore because they're closet embarrassed of that shit. You know what I mean? Even though that album, even though that album is probably still fucking flying off the shelf and it's still making really decent numbers and considering how dated it is, when you look back at your older shit, you're like, fuck, I can't believe that it sounded that bad, And it doesn't really matter how bad it sounds to the layman, because if it sounds bad to you, it was probably bad.
Yeah. And, Prozac's the whole reason, I learned how to use Pro Tools and, dude took me to studios and, I don't know, man, we just ended up being kind of like homies, and he just kept hey, you can go do this if you want to. It costs this much, but, it's there,
That's awesome, man. I tell you what, and that's one of the reasons that I started this network is I want up and coming artists to have the opportunity to rub elbows with guys that are a little more established in the scene and in the industry within itself, so that way they can learn the tips and tricks and the do's and don'ts. So in this album, the song that we're gonna play next, to wrap up the segment, is going to be Dear Diary, which is another song off Verbal Debauchery, which also features Prozac, dude. I can't. I just said his name and I brain farted. Typically, you cut stuff like that out of a show, but I don't do that here at the PimpyCast. I'll just show all my brain farts. But it also features a couple other artists that are artists that I love to death. One is Mr. D12. Is that what the name of that was? That Bizarre was it Bizarre? Yeah. Mr. Bizarre. Oh man, when you guys hear this, I love that guy. He's fucking first of all, I love people that are kooky anyway. I'm from the West Coast. I'm from an area where you pretty much walk down the block and 5 out of the 10 people you see are fucking just straight up out of their mind on something. But
yeah, on those dudes, man, I could say 2 things. Bizarre is definitely bizarre, and King Gordy's a little stingy with the weed, man.
Oh no! Don't tell me that. Don't tell me that. I like King Gordy too, and I was gonna get to him before I got your take on those two, but there's a verse in that track in Dear Diary that is probably one of the very best 2 bars I've ever heard. And it's, damn girl, you got some pretty eyes. I bet that tastes good with some chili cheese fries. Oh, I fucking love that line, man. That's bizarre to say the least.
The only person that would even think this come up with that.
Yeah, I know. We're talking about a rapper that talks about fucking his own mom and shit like that. So just
it's not out of the box for me at all.
So you actually got to meet him. So he is legitimate bizarre. It's not just a front that he does for his albums. He's a legitimately bizarre guy, huh?
Yeah, he's definitely a trip, man. He was trying to go to a video shoot and was already in the RV with his whole family, and Prozac got on the phone somehow and convinced him to come back to the studio and bust that 8 that's on there or whatever.
Nice. That's fucking awesome. So, what about? Did you get to meet King Gordy? Was that? Were you there when that was that track that verse was laid down?
I actually got to watch him do his, and
awesome.
I was making the comment about the smoke because like he rolled up like the biggest fatty in the world. Then he just was like, "All right, peace, guys."
Oh, that's fucked.
That is fun. Didn't offer anybody any. I just walked out blazing.
Yeah, every smoker in the room just looked at each other like, "Say what?"
Oh, that is fucked.
That's
up.
cold as fuck.
Was he wearing the big glasses, the big goggle looking thing? That's funny. Another guy that I think you've worked with. I'm pretty sure you've worked with ROC, right? He also does the goggle thing, doesn't he? Doesn't he wear like the big glasses or goggles? Well, no, he wears goggles, and I think King Gordy actually just wears like oversized sunglasses or something like that. Everybody's got their niche. You know, it's funny that King Gordy's got this has this style that is unmistakable. Nice. You can hear him on. It doesn't matter what. He'll interface with any really genre within hip hop. You know what I mean? Like he's pretty much known as like a hardcore horrorcore type of guy, but he's got such a smooth flow that you could probably put him in any type of hip hop song and it would fucking mix right in.
Oh yeah, he definitely can flow. He could flow on anything.
Exactly. My only knock, and the only reason I've never really been big on him, is because almost all of his verses sound the same. He almost like comes with this same tone and flavor.
Man, I still like that verse from way back in the day, like on the I think it was on the Dead Man Project or whatever it was called.
Yeah, Project Dead Man.
Project Dead Man.
That was a pretty good album, man.
That was a good album.
Dude, that one verse he spits on there is just so badass.
I honestly don't remember it, but I don't remember the verse, but I do remember hearing him, and yeah, it was pretty sick.
Yeah, if you still got that in your collection, man, check it out, because that one verse, man, every time I hear that, I'm just like, damn.
Yeah, I don't. There's been a few things that have occurred since the last time me and you actually got to kick it in person, and one of those is I have 3 children now, which means I actually don't own anything. Nonetheless, any media type that would support life, such as music, if it can be destroyed. My 2-year-old has already done it. You can't own, you remember the old verbiage that you would hear when you were growing up? We can't have anything nice. That shit is true. And this is what I get because I'm not going to lie to you. I broke a lot of my parents' shit. I remember it like it was, but the fucking problem with this is I own more expensive shit than they did. But it hasn't changed anything because my son will find a way into the studio and start shoving crayons into the fucking, into the fan ports of my PCs. I've got 4 12-inch PAs that I use when we do local events. Before I go and do those events, I've got to take them apart and take all the random bullshit out of them that all 3 of my kids over the years have shoved into the horn ports of those fucking things, man. You know?
Like a hole.
Yeah, it's like, all kids need is a hole and something big enough to fit it in. And
it's going in there.
And the funny thing is, once you get older, that's pretty much all you want still is a hole and something to put it in. You know what I'm saying?
Goal never changes, man. That's messed up.
So, like I said, a lot of things have changed. The industry is definitely way more. I mean, it was upside down when me and you were getting started, but it's definitely way more upside down. And when I say getting started, you've actually been doing it a lot longer than me. Before you actually even got into the whole horrorcore and the whole hip hop thing, you were doing like what, punk, death metal? What was it that you were?
I was a bass player, vocalist in a death metal band for years, and then I played like 6-string guitar in a punk band for a while.
That's fucking bad. You know what we need to do? And I know it's really hard to get a band together like this anymore, and that's why there's not really too many of them that are out there that are significant by any means. And that's I want to do a punk rap project.
That would be fun.
I think it would be really fun. I mean, I've got the chops to do both because there's not a lot of recordings. There's only a few things you can actually find out there. If anybody remembers MySpace, this was this social media site that was out before Facebook took over the world. I signed up for MySpace so I could Facebook your sister, that type of thing. But if you actually go to, and it's not really a good track, it was something that was thrown together really quick, but if you go to myspace.com/3stepsfromnothing, you'll actually hear one of my hardcore bands, because that's actually before I got into hip hop. That's what I did. I was in hardcore, and that's one of those weird genres that metal kids don't like it because it's not metal enough, and punk kids don't like it because they feel like it's like a ripoff, because hardcore has always kind of been like a twinge between punk and metal. Specifically death metal, and it was pretty much the genre that created what is now screamo. But I did it back when you actually screamed properly and not like a little fag. You know what I mean? I apologize to any of the homosexual crowd.
It's like they breathe in and scream, dude. I don't even understand that.
Right,
like,
right, dude. Have you ever heard of the Zen of Screaming? This hippie chick put out this video, and they all use it. I'm telling you. And she basically developed the system to be able to scream in a way that not only do you like not affect your vocal cords, but you project like 10 times the amount of frequency within each like octave that you're screaming in.
Man, this is for all death metal vocalists out there. If you're learning how to sing death metal, and like within like 6 months you don't feel like meat and shit hanging in the back of your throat when you're singing, then you're doing it wrong.
Hell yeah.
That's all I can say.
That's exactly my point. My point is I did it back when you screamed until you didn't have a fucking voice anymore.
Yeah.
And I'm not
damaged itself for it.
Exactly. And I'm not talking about this faggot screamo shit, dude. I'm talking about like where you were really coming from the fucking gut. You know what I mean? Like the real shit.
Exactly.
But yeah, I always thought that would be fun. Maybe that's something me and you can get together. Just so you guys know, we don't have any official titles or anything just yet, but HatchetHead and the guys over there at Bloodtooth Records are going to be doing a show right here on PMVN. It's going to be a little bit of a variety show. It's not going to be a live show. It's going to be something that's pre-recorded, spliced together, and then posted for your viewing pleasure. Since Mr. HatchetHead himself is going to be in charge of directing and producing said product, I have no doubt whatsoever in my mind that it's going to be the sickest. And when I say sickest, I mean that both as it's going to be fucking sick and it's going to be fucking dope at the same time. There's going to be
probably just be whatever kind of crazy crap I can catch on my camera.
There's going to be blood and body parts. I can promise you that. There's going to be there's probably going to be some severed heads and things of this nature. I can't wait, because to be honest with you, that's my shit.
Hell yeah.
All right, man. Well, hey, check this out. We're going to go ahead and wrap up on segment 2. We ran a little bit long. But when we have an artist like you on, we like to keep you around. So when we get back from segment 2, would you like to stick around and just pipe in every now and then on segment 3, or do you have something you got to get off to?
No, man, we can just keep cruising, man.
That's what's up, man. All right, guys, you're watching the PimpyCast right here on the PimpyK Multiverse Network. Okay, that was loud.
The PMVN Featured Artist of the Week is sponsored by AJ Custom Graphics. Your imagination is our only limitation. AJ Custom Graphics at yahoo.com.
It's your boy HatchetHead. Bizarre. Yo. King Gordy. Your boy Prozac. Dear diary, today something is snapped in my brain. Thoughts of my mind are becoming blurred and insane. I'm in my living room levitating like I was David Blaine. My mind is changing and elevating to a different plane. It's a place that's only known by the mentally deranged. I'm lusting for taste of blood, I know it sounds strange. The further I slum to insanity, the more it numbs the pain. Down on my knees, scream the sky, saying God's name in vain. I'm not sure what's happening to me, but I start to welcome the change. I got the urge to destroy and rot everything within my range. I'm itching really hard for the kill, like a stray dog with the mange. Spill more blood, the only thing that can release me from this cage.
Dear diary, I've come to explain this pain inside of Dear diary, I try to maintain within society. Dear diary, but they just laughed and called me names. Dear diary, I'm tired of feeling alone and ashamed. Dear diary, I've come to explain this pain inside of Dear diary, I try to maintain within society. Dear diary, but they just laughed and called me names. Chapter 1, the first day I went insane.
A fucking nut, insane, I'm tripping. Dirty slut off cocaine, I'm slipping. Damn girl, you got some pretty eyes. I bet it tastes good with some chili cheese fries. And I'm so high, I can't feel my face. Barbecue arms, I love the taste. Tie me up and make incisions. Obedience for life, the true religion.
My life is morbid, Jesus Christ and corpses. You will die in your corners, the dark side of the forces. We're inside of a fortress, yes we're lighting up torches. We decided to go to war, now we're riding on horses. There was lightning and storming, yes tonight we're performing. We'll be fighting till morning, blood flying and pouring. Someone died here for me, they will shine in glory. And in time the story will be in Bible shortly.
Dear diary, I've come to explain this pain inside of Dear diary, I try to maintain within society. Dear diary, but they just laughed and called me names. Dear diary, I'm tired of feeling alone and ashamed. Dear diary, I've come to explain this pain inside of Dear diary, I try to maintain within society. Dear diary, but they just laughed and called me names. Chapter 2, these drugs, they make me feel so strange.
All this alcohol and drugs, I convince myself to helping me. I'm twitching, getting panicky, it's getting hard to breathe. I can barely hold down my food, I'm trying not to upheave. I got these thoughts rushing through my head, I wanna make people bleed. There's no doubt HatchetHead is evil, born from a demon seed. Nourished by hate and aggression till I grew all B.I.G. I came out of a drug-induced blackout, hands on someone's throat. I squeeze until I hear him choke, purple face while the jugular bloat. I'm a sick, demented, fucked up freak, and that's no joke. Distributing stories of blood, like a dealer pushes his coke. I thought these drugs would help my mind, but I just feel broke. Maybe next time I try heroin, I heard it'll help you cope.
Dear diary, I've come to explain this pain inside of Dear diary, I try to maintain within society. Dear diary, but they just laughed and called me names. Dear diary, I'm tired of feeling alone and ashamed. Dear diary, I've come to explain this pain inside of Dear diary, I try to maintain within society. Dear diary, but they just laughed and called me names. Chapter 3, tonight's the night I break these chains.
Society laughed at me, bitch, but now who's laughing? It's hard to make a sound with your neck all cracking. Self-control and sanity, these are the things that I'm lacking. But give me a meat cleaver, I'll show you a master of hacking. Cut off legs, arms and faces, feels good just stabbing. Blade comes at you so fast, it's like a ball from Glavin. I've just given up, go ahead and let myself madden. Plain the blood, spell my name demented and laughing.
Can you tell me how to get to Pimpy K Street? Tonight's show brought to you by the letters P and the letters K, exclusively on the Pimpy K Multiverse Network.
All right, everybody, welcome back. We're at segment number 3 right here at the PimpyCast. Still on the line right here behind me, or in this general, I'm not a weather person, so I don't know how to do the green screen thing very well, is our artist of the week, Mr. HatchetHead, coming to us from the Atlanta, Georgia area via Blood to the Records. Still got this fucking asshole next to me, Mr. Nekestro, which actually had a couple questions. I'm glad, and once again, I totally appreciate you sticking around and hanging with us, man. I'm having a very good time. I'm half drunk, which is
thanks for having me, bro.
Which is anytime, dude. But just so you know, pretty much when people ask what my show's about, I say we get drunk, we talk, we get drunk, and then we have a featured artist. You know what I mean? Like, in all honesty, the featured artist is really the thing. But in my heart of hearts, it's really getting drunk is the only reason I do this show. So anyway, Mr. Nekestro, a guy that you've known for quite a while too, he had a couple of questions he wanted to ask you, and let's get into that right now.
Yeah, just a couple of questions and a couple of quick questions, man. But I'm genuinely curious about this first one, man. Like, what kind of shit do you listen to? Like right now, if you went out and fucking was listening to fucking music, what the fuck do you like, man? What's your shit?
Man,
What's your shit right now?
I can tell you what's in my car right now is the new Sick of It All.
Hell yeah, that's what's up.
Let's see, what else have I been listening to?
It's like some Matt Gelser shit.
I listened to a lot of Babes in Toyland from the 90s. I don't know if you guys remember them.
No.
Not familiar with that.
If you went back to the 70s, we could start talking about Peter and the Test Tube Babies. No, go ahead, man.
And rap wise, man, I listen to like Ice Cube and Dub C, like a lot of West Coast stuff.
Oh yeah, that's what's up. That's where it's at then.
Yep.
All right, fucking, I see you on Facebook, man. You post a lot of skateboard shit, man, like videos and shit like that, and this grip tape company or something. I just wanted to ask you about like what's up with that, man.
Well, I don't know if a lot of people even noticed, but in 2014 we changed the name from Bloodtooth Records to Bloodtooth Records and Skates.
Okay, yeah.
And I started producing skateboard decks for that and skateboard wheels, and then.
Is this not to cut you off, but is this something that you actually machine, like you actually build these yourself, in a shop, or?
No,
like,
I get them from California, from like the same companies that like a lot of the big name companies get their stock from.
Okay, so you get like pre-shop decks and stuff like that, and then you basically just wrap them, or I just send in an order and I send them a graphic on a template of what I want on a board. And gotcha.
Like the guys I use, actually the board starts from a log and like goes all the way through the process from a log to veneers to pressing it to printing it and then to you.
Damn, that's badass, dude. Hell yeah. So when you accept orders for these type of things, do you usually just do you like accept the order and then just pass it on to the manufacturer, or is it something that is there any bit of an assembly that you do, or you just kind of the man that designs it and then
I just design the products and get them sent to me, and then I just warehouse them and
gotcha.
Sell them. And I like everybody around here in Atlanta knows me basically as like the old school dude that's got all the skateboard shit in his truck.
Let's say this in the terms that they actually refer to you as. Man, you know that fucking old guy, that old metal guy that fucking has skateboard shit in his trunk? that's actually how they refer to you, whether you like it or not, because
yeah, they all call me Hatchet, so it's cool.
Oh, that's good. That's good. But they don't even know you for the music, huh? Something you've been producing in the area forever, or is that something you just kind of throw in later?
Yeah, some of them do, man. Some of them have been out to shows and stuff, you know. Like, that's kind of, you know, the support for music's just fallen off, and I was skateboarding a lot, and I owned a skate shop like years and years ago, so I was just like, well, I'm gonna redo this skate thing again.
Well, we're gonna try to turn that around. That's pretty much the whole idea behind this network. Yeah. So the idea is, look, you know, we've got a lot of local guys that have been on the show, but you know, we're just getting started, whatever. But the whole point of this show is we're trying to bring back that music scene, and a lot of people say, well, you can't do it, and there's always an excuse why it's not going to work, and which is bullshit, because what it really boils down to is local loyalty. I mean, you know, you pick an artist and you like him, support him, and there's just not a lot of that anymore, because there's, you know, with the internet, there's just so much of this going on, so much of that going on.
You know, the reason that like metal was so freaking huge in the early 90s is because metal bands didn't fight each other for spots. Yeah. We like all collaborated together to make sure that like, there was going to be a show that month or that week or whatever. And you know, the whole rap game is just me,
Right.
And nobody wants to cooperate. No one wants to get on the same page with you. If they got a chance to screw you, they will, you know.
No, absolutely. You know,
you got to take what it is.
Do you remember that guy that I want to say he was out of Memphis? It might have been Nashville. I'm not sure, but you remember that he was kind of a silly guy. He kind of did like a rap, like hippie thing. What was that guy's name? He had that song where he's like, all about the belly ring. Come on.
Man.
Marshmallow or some shit like that. You know who I'm talking about, right? I can't remember. But, you know, anyway, I talked to that guy because, you know, we both opened up, me and Nekestro, well, me and the Soldier Priest opened up for ICP on that Bang Pow Boom. Is it Bang Pow Boom? No, or was it the old? Which one was first? Bang Pow Boom or the old shit? I think it was Bang Pow Boom, wasn't it?
Probably. Yeah.
Whatever it was. But anyway, they only gave us 2 mics. Even though there was 3 of us, they only gave us 2 mics. And we were okay, dude. We rocked that fucking show. I mean, it was really fucking wretched what they did to us. We pretty much set a record on pre-sales, which we did every time any promoter or label tagged us or reached out to us to open up a show locally. We redefined what the numbers are.
We make it a point to just slaughter every.
Yeah, dude. I'm gonna tell you now. We made it a point to set a new record every time that we were handed a stack of pre-sales. Matter of fact, I remember one time one of the promoters, a good guy, a good friend of ours, Jonathan Parrish from Glory Days. I'm not sure if he's with them anymore or what he's got going on, but he would get irritated in a good way, I guess. But he every 5 minutes he felt like we were at his doorstep trying to get another stack of tickets because, I mean, we sold pre-sales like a fucking madman. And this show in particular was no exception to that. And one of the things that happened was we were given 25 minutes. I'd prefer 30, but 25, dude, 25 is great, especially for hip hop. 25, you can do a lot of cool shit in 25 minutes. So we accept the 25 minutes, and you know, we get a call from Jonathan Parrish about a day before saying, "All right, man, well, they cut you down to no, that's what it was. We had 30. They gave us 30, and we got a call like the day before the show saying, "All right, they cut you down to 25." Well, that's okay. That's fine. I can redo this show dat in 24 hours. That's plenty of time. Not a big deal. And what a lot of people don't understand about a lot of hip hop artists, specifically ones that are underground and low budget, is that we pretty much a majority of us, I'd say 95% of us, we run, you know, that don't have DJs, we run CD DATs. I mean, that's just what we do. As long as you have a playback or something that has, you know, that's skip resilient, shit like that, we run a pre-recorded show DAT with our vocals and everything pretty much on the DAT, and then just the way live sound is and the way that the EQing and everything is, you know, you pretty much push all the vocals to the backstage and they don't really hear that out in the crowd. Well, we're on our way over the bridge, or the Mobile Bay Bridge, on our way to the Soul Kitchen in Mobile to open up for ICP. It's pretty much the biggest show we had ever done up to that point.
I think so.
And we get a call literally 5 minutes from the venue. Oh man, they cut you down to 15 minutes.
Oh jeez.
So it went from 30 to 25 to 15. You know, if they would have just shaved 5 more minutes and gave us, you know, 20 minutes, that'd have been one. I probably would have been half all right with that. But these motherfuckers cut us down to 15 minutes. You can't fix a show dat. I mean, you know how much cool shit was missed because
we just made the guy a bunch of money or anything.
Yeah. Well, it has nothing to do with the promoter. It was it was the tour manager that did it. So it was whoever was with Psychopathic that actually made. And so to fucking boot, to make all of this even worse than it already is, we get there and we were like, well, we need 3 mics. Oh, well, we only have 2. I was like, well, I've got a wireless mic in the car. I don't have enough inputs. Yeah, right. Motherfucker, you've got 26 fucking channels. You can plug this motherfucker in. It was completely ridiculous. And so, I mean, we still look. We went on stage. We did our thing. We rocked that fucking show, dude. I'm gonna tell you now.
It was a good show.
I think Head PE was there that night. The Dayton family was there that night. Some some other guys that were touring with them, which I think are just some Detroit locals that gave them,
those
fit.
Tour managers are a pain in the ass, though.
They are. Absolutely.
I almost beat Merciful Fate's tour manager's ass, man. Like that dude doesn't even know how close he was.
Hey, it'd be a cooler story if you said I beat the fuck out of the tour manager for Merciful Fate.
No, wait, that's what I heard it. You heard it here first. HatchetHead beat the shit out of
the. That guy called back the club in Atlanta 3 days later just to tell the booker that we were the evilest, meanest metal band ever met in his life.
Right,
awesome.
dude. You know what's funny is I hear some weird stories about tour managers, even from artists that shouldn't even be on tour, artists that have like an endless supply of money and they go on tour, don't even make any, but they just spend it going on tour. Like Kung Fu Vampire, this motherfucker bought him a bus. He doesn't sell albums. I know he doesn't. He doesn't sell merch. He might have some type of local shit wherever it is he's from, but he travels around with like this is just what I've heard from other promoters throughout the country, is that he travels around with this big ass tour bus with all of his wrapped in decals, and he like has a travel a tour manager that goes with him that's always like in this really weird suit with a bow tie and shit, but he acts very proper and blah blah blah. And I've heard they pull guns on people, like if they they demand more money out of the venue, and then when they don't, or promoter, and then when they don't get it, they pull guns on them. Like I hear weird shit like that all the time. But I'll tell you what. I tell you what though, when we did,
I doubt it.
Almost the same. This was in December, right? December of whatever year that was, and then the very next year they came back for the old shit tour, and they tapped us to open for that too. And why wouldn't they? I mean, like I said, we were record breakers when it came to fucking pre-sales. It got to the point where Alex didn't like it, but we got to the point where we had to I had to start keeping books on ticket sales because we were slinging so many of them that we were losing track of money because we weren't doing it in a professional manner at the beginning. And I mean we're talking about a high volume of ticket sales, man. We're talking about a quarter of the door. You know what I'm saying? So once it got to that point, we got booked for another show almost a year later for that old shit tour, same venue, the Soul Kitchen, great southern venue in Mobile, Alabama. And that tour manager was probably one of the coolest fucking guys we ever met. He was like, "Oh, there's 3 of you? Yeah, let's queue up 3 mics. Oh, hey, when this is over, do you guys want to go on stage and spray Fago with ICP? Oh, fuck yes. I don't give a fuck who you are and how you feel about ICP. When you're an up-and-coming rap artist and you're offered to go on stage with ICP and spray Fago, you say yes.
You're gonna end up spraying Fago.
Yeah, I mean, I don't give a fuck who you are. You don't say no to that, because that was probably one of the coolest experiences in the history of my recording career, and I'm sure Alex would say the same thing.
I have to be there to make that judgment call, but yeah.
It was dope, man. And that's how it went too. They were pretty much just like,
there was
man,
a security guard that was hiding from the Fago the whole time.
Oh yeah, you got to hit him with it.
His buddy that was working there was like, "Make sure you fucking get him." I was like, "All right." He was hiding behind a speaker stack, and I leaned over and dumped a whole one on him. He looked at me so pissed, and I just fucking. I don't know.
I did all the moves that I saw them do, man. I did the famous Jay thumb rocket, where he fucking shakes it up and rocks it off. I did one of those. I did it, dude. I kicked one and it went and hit the fucking the fucking drop lights, what the can lights, and they fucking sparked and smoked, man. It was fucking awesome, man. And I'm pretty sure they had already hit them a couple times before that, but either way, I did it and it fucking sparked. I was thinking, oh, everyone in this crowd is wet and electricity. This is going to be the most metal show I've ever been to. Ever. I like cocaine. Oh, that's fucking... Oh, dude, that'd have been brilliant. One of the shitty things is those are big time shows, man. We're talking about sold out 2,400. We're talking about what is the max capacity fire code wise over at the Masquerade there in Atlanta, which is the show's just
right about $3,000.
Okay, so I guess we're talking about up in heaven.
Yeah, upstairs. Yeah.
And that floor flexes the whole time too, man.
That's just nervous.
If you go in the heavens upstairs, then I think right underneath it's hell. If you go in there, and
well, no, I thought there's one lower, right? So there's heaven, purgatory, and hell. There's like 3 levels, right? Like I don't know. I don't know.
If you go in hell, why there's a big show in heaven and look up at the ceiling, the whole ceiling's dancing.
That's scary. That's scary looking.
I don't know about all that, man.
You can see the floor, the wooden floors wave like a fucking like the ocean. It's fucking crazy.
Yeah. It's like a tidal wave of wood, man.
It is, dude. Like a fucking wooden roller coaster. The only difference is there's going to be about, you said $3,000. There's going to be at least 2,500 casualties in this fucking.
Yeah, I was up there for the Ramones one time, and they all started pogoing. I thought I was going to die.
Hey, I tell you this, we're about to have to cut out, man. It's getting just about to the end of the episode. And once again, I totally appreciate you fucking coming on, man. And as a result of you being the featured artist of the week, we're going to put you on blast. You're going to be on the website. You already have songs spinning on PMVN radio, which is another perk, and you'll be part of this vote. So if your fans turn out and they vote you in, you get some free shit from AJ Custom Graphics.
Bastards, better vote for me.
Oh, I thought you were asking me to cheat for you. We don't do that kind of thing here at the PimpyCast. How much money do you have? I mean, what is it worth to you is my question. All right. So anyway,
I got some lead out questions for
well, actually, I had one too, and I just totally fucking forgot what it was. So go ahead, and then if I remember correctly, no, I did. I remember what it was. So. Let me say mine, and then we'll close out with your questions and blah blah blah. So I don't know where I saw this. It might have been something that you or one of your guys posted. So for the last 10 years, supposedly the Masquerade, and the reason I bring up the Masquerade is because that's one of the dopest fucking venues I've ever been to. There's been a change of management over the years, and some of them sucked, some of them were cool. But either way, to me, that seems like it's an institution to Atlanta. And for a long time, they were closing because I guess the property was purchased by like the police department or some shit like that. But either way, whatever it is. So I just heard recently that they're actually going to tear down the old Masquerade, but the county is going to rebuild it as a venue because it's such a landmark. What do you know about that?
Man, I don't know what's going on with that. I did, like, the rumor around here is that it's going to get torn down. I haven't heard about anything good happening after that. I just heard that it was going to get torn down.
Oh, no, dude. I just recently heard that the city council in Atlanta actually voted in rebuilding the Masquerade because it's now considered a landmark, a historical landmark.
They should. I mean, the damn place is a freaking fire hazard for the
Oh, yeah, dude. Not just
At
fire.
the minimum.
Not just fire. I can, there's fire's probably the least of the hazards you have to worry about if you're at the Masquerade.
They had the whole stairs collapse in there one time when people were trying to get out of the club.
I'm not surprised.
Yeah.
So
I would rather take the rickety steps that the artists take. You know those shitty metal steps that go up in the fucking front of the building?
Yeah, those are the safest ones, right?
All right, man. I'm going to turn this over to Mr. Nekestro, and then we're going to wrap this up, man. Once again, I appreciate you, and I'll probably tell you this again when I end the show, but I appreciate this, man. You've been a friend of Charnel House Records. You've been a friend of PMV, and I mean, you've been a friend and a dope dude. You're a fucking remarkable recording artist. Your niche, everything you do is fucking absolutely awesome. I just want to let you know that we fucking appreciate everything you do, brother.
Hey, man, I appreciate that, dude. Thanks.
Alex?
I just got a couple of quick one-liners, man. You like liquor or beer?
Beer.
Menthol or non-menthol?
None menthol.
This is my man right here.
AT&T or Verizon?
I tell these assholes.
Pizza or burgers?
Pizza.
Stairs or the elevator?
Definitely the elevator.
Simpsons or Family Guy?
Simpsons.
That's my dog right there.
That's the best question you asked yet.
Weed or crack? Weed or crack, man.
The funny thing is, I actually appreciated every answer he gave.
Me too. Well, except one.
The only thing I really don't appreciate is that I allowed you to end my show like that. You
let yourself do it. I told you there were one-liners.
I'm gonna kick you in the fucking face.
No, you won't.
All right, guys.
Do it on camera.
All right, guys. You've been watching the PimpyCast. Once again, thank you, HatchetHead, for coming out. That's our Artist of the Week. In a couple weeks, we're gonna be doing the vote, so make sure your people turn out. For me, HatchetHead, and Mr. Nekestro, this is the PimpyCast right here on the PimpyK Multiverse Network. Just remember, we're streaming online at pimpyk.com. Is there anything else? Oh, yeah. Remember the fucking shit. Win some t-shirts, subscribe, follow, email. Boom. Have a good night, guys. This is the PimpyCast right here on the PimpyK Multiverse Network.
Tuesday night at 7, tune in for the PimpyCast live broadcast happening on the PimpyK Multiverse Network.